Hi there, welcome to this evening's interesting and a bit different way of doing things. I first want to start off by saying there is the most amazing story in Mark chapter 2 from verse 1 to 12. Jesus had just finished his tour of the synagogues and had returned home to where he was staying in Capernaum. The news that Jesus was back then spread rapidly through the city. A crowd soon turned up and the house was quickly jam-packed full of people waiting to hear Jesus speak. Among those waiting to experience Jesus were 4 men who'd brought their physically handicapped friend with them on a stretcher. When they saw that the house was so crowded they'd never get in, they climbed up on the roof, and it says they dug a hole in that roof so they could lower their friend down to Jesus, who healed him. These 4 guys were extraordinary. And as I think of the story, I wondered what kind of people would knock a hole in somebody's roof just to get their friend to Jesus. Allow me to suggest 4 characteristics of such a person. As we go through them, after each characteristic, I have a couple of questions for you to either think about if you're on your own or discuss with those who are around you listening to this. So be prepared for that, and then you can pause this presentation and listen and discuss that with your friends. The first characteristic I see in these 4 men were they were guys who loved and cared for others. They were marked by unselfishness. In John 15 verse 13, Jesus said, "There is no greater love than to lay down your life for your friend." To bring their sick friend to Jesus meant they had to deny themselves many of the blessings that the others were receiving. It meant they had to give up any chance of a front row seat for their friend. They cared enough to be inconvenienced, and it took blimmin' hard work to carry him up onto the roof and dig a hole large enough to lower him through it. So think about and discuss these 2 questions. Firstly, what would it cost you to bring your friends who need help to Jesus? And secondly, what do you need to do to get them to a place where they could receive his touch? Just pause this presentation and discuss those quickly. All right, I trust you back. The second characteristic of these amazing men were they were team players. It took 4 of them to bring their friend to Jesus. If any one of the 4 decided to do their own thing and not cooperate with the other 3, their mission would have failed. I'm going to stop this video now, and I want you to look at this clip that I'm going to post about what happens when stretcher bearers don't work together. It's quite fun. Enjoy.